So I don't know how many of you have seen the movie Wall Street. Probably many of you. There's a scene where Gordon Gekko says that information is king, knowledge is king. The more you can know about your user, the more you can know about your customer, the better you're going to be. Now, back in high school, back in the 70s, probably before most of you were even born, I was fortunate enough to sell radio time for WABC Radio. I was 17, 18 years old before I came to the city to go to college. And I would talk to a lot of local businesses that really couldn't afford to advertise on radio, even back then. So I would give them some helpful information, like a pizza store. I would say, you know what? You can't afford advertising. Here's what you do. You go to the local hardware store or pet store, you get yourself a fishbowl, and you have people put business cards in there, and once a week you give out a free pizza. Oh, I don't want to give out a free pizza. Oh, you don't understand. Now you can target them because they've been to your store with direct mail. Oh, my people know who I am. Well, really, let's not play that foolish game. Oh, so I do word of mouth. Oh, I do drive-by traffic. You know what? They're driving by. That's exactly what they're doing. They're driving by. See you, bye. So don't assume because somebody's been to your place of business before that they're coming back. A good example of that is who hasn't heard of McDonald's. McDonald's advertises 365, 24/7. They're always advertising. Why? Because out of sight, out of mind. You have to constantly remind somebody to do something. So here's another question. Who is your best customer? Now think about that for a second. I don't mean demographically. Most people that you ask this question to, and I was asking this question back when I was selling ABC radio time, when I was 17, 18 years old. I would ask businesses, who's your best customer? Oh, well, Jeannie down the block, or Becky, or a person that likes pizza between the... No. Don't get into demographics with me, because that's not the answer. When somebody asks you who your best customer is, most people can't answer that, but here is the answer. Your best customer is your customer. Oh, of course, Robert, yes. So who knows you better? Who respects you better? Who trusts you better than your own customer? But the more you can get to know about your customer, the more successful you're going to be in engaging them for future, if it's a subscription base. I think subscription model is one of the most powerful business models ever, because it gives you the opportunity month after month to earn their business. If you're not doing a good job, guess what? They're going to drop out. But if you're doing a good job, they're going to subscribe to you again and again and again. So let's get back into this. So let's go back into the section of the chatbot to basically rewrite the welcome screen, the welcome back screen. Now, it's not necessary, but I just put that graphic there for your benefit so you can visually see that we're in a different part of our bot. Now, we can actually keep this, but we're just going to change this. So we're going to change that to something like, and I'm going to pause the video and come right back. Okay, so what I've done here is, hey, first name, hey, Joe, Bill, Tila, Jennifer, Christine, welcome back. How may I help you? Did you wish to review my videos, or did you have spelling sometimes have more questions? Now, again, this interface here, we haven't really gone into detail, but this enables you to create up to 3 buttons at a time. You can't create more than 3, but then you could have this go into a menu choice, which is also something called persistent menu, which is something we'll talk about in a later video. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much stuff. I want to get you up and running in a chatbot that could be engaging, and you could basically start selling things, start selling your services, your products. And then as the videos progress and I give you more and more information, that's going to help you every step of the way. So let's go back and test that bot. So again, keep in mind, I could do that from the back end, but I think this is much more fluid and it just makes much more sense to do it this way. So test bot. Get started. It takes you right to the welcome back screen. And then what do you want to do? Review my videos, chat with Robert, etc., etc. Now, notice that chatbot came up with more information because we got to get rid of this information down here. And the easiest way, of course, to get rid of that information is to click right here and hit delete. And click right here and hit delete. Otherwise, So you understand something, the bot is going to do what you programmed it to do. So if that's not what you intended it to do, well, tough luck. It's going to do it anyway. Software is not intelligent. It only does what it was programmed to do. So part of the reason that, if you look at this again, and again, I'm doing this for like, this is going to happen to you. And you're going to go, why is this happening? Well, it's happening that way because that's how you, the designer, you, the developer of this chatbot, it's doing that because that's what you told it to do. So that's another reason you definitely want to test your bots out before you basically release them to prime time. Okay, so in our next video, let's talk about re-engagement and the rules of, not engagement, but the rules of re-engagement. Very strict rules you have to adhere to. If you don't, you're going to go into Facebook jail, and that ain't good. That's not good. Proper English. So in our next video, I'm going to share with you how you could have the opportunity to re-engage with your target audience that has benefited and interacted with your chatbot. So stay tuned.